It's gonna hurt.
Oh, here we go, here we go.
All right, let's try it. Welcome back to Yogaxpress, your virtual stretch clinic that helps you move the body to still the mind. My name is Banu Suresh. I'm your host for this program. To my immediate left, we have Jonathan Boothe. Jonathan is a martial arts student, a gym rat. Is that what you call them?
A gym rat, yeah.
A gym rat. And he's also an actor and model. Jonathan, welcome back. Do you have anything to add to the last episode that you experienced with Harinam?
Oh yes, it was an extreme workout, and I loved it a whole lot. It's just that when I began doing it, I just didn't believe that I was gonna keep up at all. It looked so easy, but then
that's what it is.
So actually keep my balance and hold it up, it was like a pain. I mean, y'all saw me screaming. None of that was not for a show, but
it was tough.
It actually made me feel different.
Yoga can seem that way. That's right. Yoga seems simple. And it's not difficult, but it can make us tougher. And I think that's the joy of the whole thing, right? The discipline of hanging in there.
Absolutely.
And if we didn't do that right here in the studios, I know we wouldn't hear the end of it from Harinam. So I'm going to save our special guest for the last, Lana Parr, to my extreme right. Lana, welcome back.
Thank you.
How was your experience yesterday?
It was tough.
It was tough, right? Yeah.
But the exercises towards the end were the ones that I've done in a gym before, or at school.
Okay.
Years ago, but as you get
the
older,
leg lifts and stuff?
The leg lifts.
Right.
Keeping it from shaking.
Yeah, that's a tough part, right? To hold it with the toes pointed, no less. That was even harder. When you point your toes,
yes, I think so.
I can feel my legs actually moving. But welcome back to the show.
I enjoyed it even so,
That's right. That's part of it. I mean, that's it. The idea is to enjoy ourselves. Josie and Hurd, once again, our director, thanks for hanging in there. Richard Swanson, thanks to Richard for the studio lights, the sound system. Music's going to come on in just a moment. Body music by Cesar de Parra earlier on. I don't know if we still have it. We also have Guru Ganesh Singh.
Guru Ganesha, a friend of mine.
Guru Ganesha sings Guru Ganesha's music in the rest of the program. Harinam Singh Khalsa, yoga teacher and counselor. If you want to stay in touch with Harinam, his credits will come up in just a moment. The last couple of episodes and in the next one, right there on the screen. info@yogaheaven.com or yogaheaven.com. Visit his website. It's an amazing site. And Harinam, very quickly before we start today's session, do you tell us a little bit about your classes? You have workshops too.
Well, actually, and the people could see it if they visit my website. In New York these days, I actually don't have my own studio, and
right.
I'm actually, after years of doing many, many classes, I don't have regular classes, but on occasion I have workshops around town.
You have a teacher training workshop.
And I have, right now I don't.
Oh,
I don't, but on occasion I do. And if people would like to write me at my the email address, I'll be happy to put them on my mailing list and let them know what I'm up to. And also a lot of my time these days is actually spent as kind of like a personal and a couples counselor and a guide. So people do like to spend time with me to talk about whatever may be going on with their life as well. So that's a major part of my time.
You also do phone counseling, is that
I
correct?
do phone. Well, see, these days you can talk to anybody in the world by Skype, so it's kind of
That's
amazing.
true.
It is amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
So I talk to people all over the world who would like to talk about whatever.
So if you want to stay in touch with Harinam, email him. That's the best way. info@yogaheaven.com. And once your email is with Harinam, he can send you his phone number if you want a telephone or Skype consultation. Stay in touch. You will be happily surprised at the amazing experiences that you can have right here in the studios with Harinam. Harinam, we're all yours.
Okay, very good. And we're going to do today. This is a little bit of a different class because, as you know, Yogaxpress is. Well, what's the something through movement?
Moving the body to still the mind.
Moving the body to still the mind. Now we're going to still the mind to move the body.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a little bit different. You've had me here for many classes, and I've always given pretty energetic sets physically.
Right.
And I thought, let's do something like a little different today, as I've been giving these classes about healing. And so we have talked a bit about, in other classes, about the fact that we have an aura, we have an electromagnetic field around us. So we've talked about what I'd call like energetics. And this is very integral to yoga itself. I mean, the whole chakra system is that we're just not like physical. We're more than just flesh and bones, that there's something going on inside of us that's vibrational in quality. Okay, so and we can use this. When we have an awareness of it and we can feel it, we can use it to better our own lives and to touch other people. And when we don't have a connection with it, we're just somehow a little disoriented. So the set we're going to do today, we're not going to do a lot of strong movements. We're going to be using our powers of concentration to try to get some awareness of this vibrational quality of our life. And in the end, we'll do it to try to heal ourselves.
Right.
And you can actually do this to heal others. And we're going to do, we've heard of these systems of healing hands.
Yeah, is it Reiki?
Yeah, it's kind of, that's one form. I mean, I'm not an expert in that, but there are schools of healing out there that they talk about healing hands, and but there are kind of variations of this where you're learning some technique to kind of get in touch with the vibrational quality of your being, and once you're kind of in touch with that, you can actually apply that to heal yourself and to heal others.
Wow.
So my teacher, Yogi Bhajan, who's deceased, but when he was here teaching, he would teach us many, many different sets like what we normally do in class, but he would also teach us sets like this on how we could get in touch with this vibrational quality to heal ourselves and to heal others. So, I like to introduce these things every now and then. It's a little off the radar screen, but it's kind of interesting. I think that people at home, if you try this thing we're going to do today actually involves 4 movements. And between these 4 movements, then we are going to actually feel something very kind of vibrational and subtle.
I'm thinking 4 movements in 20 minutes, that's 5 minutes each. Ooh, I'm going to cheat.
Yeah, and she's very good at math, so I think your math is correct.
Oh, God.
Okay.
5 minutes. Ooh.
Okay,
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. Not really.
No.
But with little white lies are okay.
That's
so,
right.
Anyhow, but for those out there doing this, I would encourage you to do this, and you push yourself a little bit. But what we're really trying to accomplish here is, and we often don't have this kind of training and encouragement. We're very, especially in this culture, we're trained to be very like kind of concrete and black and white. And I'm trained in that, and I'm good at that too. But getting into this kind of yogic lifestyle and training, we're actually trying to learn how to be subtle and experience the subtleties of life. But that doesn't, just because they're subtle doesn't mean they're not real. It means they're there, and maybe we're not paying attention to them. They're actually quite powerful. So with this thing here, we're trying to get ourselves in touch with something very subtle and vibrational. And when we have that, we really do have this deeper sense of ourselves and our ability to apply this to help others as well. Okay? All right. First thing is we're gonna stick our thumbs out like so. We're gonna whatever you're comfortable. Yeah,
You can sit on the block, Lana, like I'm doing.
Anyway, or even if you want to sit on the chair for this, Lana, that's fine too.
She gets us at any angle.
Anything you're comfortable.
Because you and he are about the same height. It looks
And you can even have your legs out straight, whatever you're comfortable. In this particular thing, the most important thing is that we're trying to sit up straight.
right.
And this will be arm stuff, okay? All right, so I have the thumbs out, otherwise kind of almost making a fist. But what we're gonna do is, and I'm gonna put my arms up in a second at 60 degrees, but as our arms up at 60 degrees, what we're gonna do is we're gonna be rubbing our fingers into our palms to create heat. So I'm up at 60 degrees, no bend in the elbow, and I'm rubbing just like so.
And you can see us on the monitor, so you'll know when I cheat.
I can see that,
I
and
moved
all I
back
have
so
to
you
do is
wouldn't
turn
see
my
me.
head to the left. And actually,
Josian's getting a long shot too. Now you won't miss it.
okay, there we go. Keep up, and I think this is probably more like 4 minutes each one, probably, as we've used up some time. But as these folks are doing this, Banu brought up an interesting point about me seeing her on the screen, which I can because I have a monitor in front of me. However, one of the things we really want to accomplish by being a meditative person is for us to actually have that kind of consciousness that we can actually feel things around us without seeing them. And of course, Jonathan practices martial arts, and I've actually seen martial artists actually fight who are blind. So how can they fight somebody without they actually physically see? It doesn't make any sense. But they're very tuned into themselves. They're tuned into their environment, so they can actually feel the energy of another person. I've seen this many times. People who are actually able to fight who are blind. And so the same thing is that I can kind of sit here, and even if I'm not seeing Banu on the monitor, if
You can sense it, so
she-
there's
right,
no escape for me. I cannot
If she
cheat.
is dropping her energy, but this is how it works. She's behind me, but if she's dropping her energy, I can feel.
You can feel it,
I can
right.
feel that there's energy kind of dropping. And we've all actually felt it, and we're encouraging you in the world of yoga to just pay attention. Because we feel these things. We go into a room, and let's say you go in a room and there's a speech, everybody's excited, and at some point people start getting bored, and you can actually feel a drop in
Jonathan,
the
hang in
energy.
there.
Well, he's no problem. He's a faker. He's actually a martial artist. He's just faking it. He doesn't even feel pain, I'm sure.
Look my shoulders.
Okay, keep up, guys. Keep up. But this is something that everybody experiences. You can feel energy pick up or drop in a room without actually hearing anybody articulate it or actually seeing it. Even if your eyes are shut, you can actually feel excitement in a room. You can feel boredom in a room. And sometimes we just kind of don't think about it, but that happens. So again, this is a conscious meditation to build that. Keep up. Now, I'm talking a lot this particular set because this really brings up interesting issues. Jonathan is a very, very strong guy. He's at the gym, he lifts weights, he's in martial arts, and he's dying. So one would ask, why is this happening? Okay, and I would say that again, that this gets back to the whole yogic thing. It's because his nervous system is not as strong as his muscular system, and his nerves are already screaming. His muscles aren't screaming, his nerves are screaming. And so in yoga, especially Kundalini yoga, we're really working to have nerves of steel. Keep up, guys. 1 more minute. Don't drop them. And having practiced this many years myself, I can attest that the great experiences you have in this is when you kind of break through these barriers you think that you have. You're very uncomfortable, you don't think you can do it, you really apply yourself, you don't get broken, and then it puts you in a whole nother space.
You did this in training for 62 minutes?
Yeah, so I've done this,
you must
say
be
they're
tough.
complaining about 5 minutes. When I was younger and trained in this, I had to do this for 62 minutes.
Wow.
Okay, and And,
I can't do it for
and I'm not bragging here, but Banu is correct. I am tough.
Yeah, you are.
And,
oh, wow.
and I was trained this way because my teacher wanted me to push other people like this. So, but I can
There's
do
a
that.
divine design and all
Well,
that stuff.
I can do this without shame, because I did it myself. So and that's a good metaphor for life.
Big muscles up here.
Come
She
on,
can
guys,
feel
come
big
on.
muscles up
Come on,
there.
30 seconds.
Josiane, do you want to
I
close
counted
up of
45.
Harinam so we're off camera for a minute?
Keep up, 60 degrees, 60 degrees, keep up. Come on, come on. 10 seconds, 10 seconds.
Josiane, save us.
Counted a minute and 25.
Okay, don't drop. You see, if you drop them, then the whole energy goes down. No,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank
Okay,
you,
now
Josiane.
inhale. Exhale now. Now, don't break the concentration. Now just follow me. Put your hands like that far apart in front of your heart. Okay? Relax your breathing. Sit up straight. Now, totally concentrate. I want you to concentrate on all the energy between your two hands. And feel the vibration in your hands. Feel the energy between your hands. And as you're doing this, you're going to concentrate on two things. You're going to concentrate on the vibrational quality between your two hands. Feel that energy and feel the heat. And as you're doing this, I want you to also concentrate on your spinal cord. So eyes are shut. And imagine there's like liquid silver going all the way from the base of your spine, okay, all the way up to your throat. This is called the silver cord. So these are the two things that we're doing. You're feeling the energy, the heat between the hands, and as you're doing this, you're imagining this like liquid, silvery energy that's running between the put your fingertips together very lightly, just the fingertips, very lightly. Again, feel the connection and the energy. No two people experience exactly the same thing.
Right.
And you can see one hand felt this way, the other hand felt the other way. And
That is
it's
weird.
it is weird. There's a lot of weird things that happen here. Nothing, by the way, that is dangerous. But
Right.
it's weird in that it's kind of out of your normal reference point.
Right.
Normally you're sitting on the bus and you go, hey, what's happening with my hand here? But these are like very new experiences, and I always encourage people to just go like, yeah, that's interesting.
But also it felt rock solid. I didn't have to move this hand, it was just there. And there was no pain. There was pain when we held it out there.
Right.
Once we brought it here,
That's
it felt
it.
very steady. This one had a little bit one finger moving or something. I don't know what
But I
was
think what that shows is stuff is happening. I mean,
Right.
it's just there's some
Exactly.
kind of energy happening,
Right.
and maybe it's rushing through here and it's not through here. And I think the most important thing is, and we always talk about this in yoga in general, is just being aware. Just, okay, that's interesting. You don't have to define it. It's like, okay, something does, but something's happening here, and now I actually can verify that, there's something.